Sentinel Online. Now loading the Beast Unleashed podcast. This episode of the Beast Unleashed podcast features Stephen C. Phillips, Mike Blanchard, and Michael Wilson.
This is Megatron, and you're listening to the Beast Unleashed podcast. Oh, yes.
Hello and welcome to the world's first ever Beast Wars Beast Machines review podcast. This is the Beast Unleashed podcast, brought to you by the Geekcast Radio Network. I am your host, DFJ and Mike, and I am joined by Pecan Court Michael. And we have yet again, for the second time in this podcast lifespan, killed Steve Megatron and buried him in Michael's backyard in a shallow grave.
I know. I hope Megatron resurrects him soon, because we're going to have a birthday party for my boys back there this weekend. I can't have a rotting Steve in my backyard.
A rotting Steve. That's funny as hell.
Well, it'd be a shame. It's like, all right, kids, go play. Like, there's a dead body over there. Don't worry about him. Megatron's going to revive him any day now. Just leave him where he is.
Today we are going to be reviewing 4 more episodes from Beast Wars Season 3. So how have you been, sir?
Not awful.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the best way to describe it. Actually, I've been playing with power core combiners lately in order to get ready for our power core combiner review episode tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to really break the mold on that episode and talk about Mighty Mug's Iron Man Mark 6.
Oh, man.
I don't...
You're just going to be quiet. You're just going to be quiet, and Brian and I will talk about stuff that matters.
I don't dislike power core combiners, but at the same time, they're not something that I want.
I don't know. They're pretty awesome.
No.
Pretty awesome.
No. So what else has been going on with you? Didn't you take a couple of trips this week or something? Did you go to some events or something or other? Events or something?
Well, we went to Touch a Truck last weekend.
That sounds so wrong.
It does, and the trucks don't enjoy it. Basically...
Stop buckling my axle.
Exactly. Quit touching my horn. Quit touching my horn. And that's basically what it was. There's the town over from us has a thing called Touch a Truck every year, and they line up trucks, and like a garbage truck or a fire truck or a semi truck. And this year there was a payloader, which was cool. They had a police car. An army vehicle, I think they got from the local National Guard. It was fun. They had them all lined up in a parking lot, and you show up. It's free, and you bring your kids, and they let the kids climb on them. So we got a bunch of pictures of Aiden and Gavin in a fire truck and playing with the nozzles. Exactly. The fire truck's like, "Don't touch my nozzle. Oh, I feel so dirty now. I feel so used." But yeah, so we used all the trucks basically, and climbed up in them, and I actually got to sit up at the payloader, which was very cool for me, because payloaders are awesome. Yeah, and, it was fun. We spent a little time there just playing, and Aiden ran into some little friends from preschool and swim class, because they're doing swim class now. for the summer.
Cool.
Yeah, and it was nice. I'm surprised we haven't posted photos of that yet.
Yeah, you're way behind on blogging. Of course, I really can't say much either. I'm way behind on blogging, but you do it way more than I do.
Yeah, I keep meaning to, and I just don't. I mean, generally, when we'll do something, we'll take pictures of it, and the fact that we have pictures of it means I have to write a blog post, around the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And we just haven't taken a lot of time, besides the touch a truck. I don't think we've done a lot of stuff that required pictures.
I think that a while back now, there was some Facebook post you made about a blog post or something or other, and I commented on it or something. There was a comment back and forth between you, me, and Chrissy, your wife, about why is it that you have to do all the blogging and she doesn't blog at all. I mean, it says michaelandchrissy.com.
Yeah. She doesn't blog.
Yeah.
I don't know what, she's mentioned before, maybe I should write one of these. And it's like, yeah, that'd be fine. I would welcome that. I think that'd be great. But she never does. She's just not into it.
She's too into that scrapbooking.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, she just signed up for another scrapbooking event. She's going to abandon me for 3 days.
Well, at least she didn't dismember you this time.
Yeah. That's always fun, too.
Oh, boy. Unfortunately, I've had to start paying rent, which that's $220 a month that I could be using towards other things, but, so there's...
Sir.
Yeah, so there's that.
Yeah. That's barely even rent, to be honest.
I know, but still,
I
haven't had to pay rent in over 5 years because
it's more expensive than free.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. So yeah, but that's going on. I've actually gotten a buttload of toys. I got, I think since the last record, I got War for Cybertron, Optimus, Bumblebee, Mighty Mugs Iron Man Mark 6, SDCC 2010, Mighty Mugs Prowl, which I talked about it'll be next week or the week after's episode of Toycast with Proto Man, episode 68 of that show. Just today, as we're recording this, I got the Challenge at Cybertron set, the 3-pack of Classics Rodimus and truly Hot Rod colors, Cyclonus and Galvatron. Galvatron's a junk toy.
He is.
Galvatron's a piece of shit.
Well, I think Galvatron was originally supposed to be a Voyager.
Yeah. And
no,
they
shrunk
him down to a deluxe.
And they did. They decided that they couldn't do it at that price point. So they shrunk him down. And the problem with him being that small is that, everything's very, very fragile at that size.
Yeah.
Things are breaking off, and they don't fit. They don't seem to fit right. And when you transform him, you get the idea that if he were just a little bigger, maybe there'd be more room to twist this around here, or maybe I'd be able to pull this arm around where it's supposed to be better. But because they literally just kind of microed him, it's just not as good a toy.
Yeah, I wish this would have just been a 2-pack with Cyclonus and Rodimus, because the Cyclonus in this is way more TFTM movie accurate as far as colors. The US version, because I've got the two of them right here, and I'm not turning this into a toy cast, but the darkness of the purple of the US version, and then the light lavender color of the Henkei version, this one with the 3-pack is like right in the middle. And it looks like he looked just like in TFTM, even though he didn't speak, which is unfortunate.
And that they had this box set in mind a year ago, or 2 years ago when they were deciding what color scheme to go with the general release.
Oh, yeah, this was planned.
It's like, we're going to release this kind of crappy deco. And then, a year later, well, bam, now we're going to release the good stuff.
Yeah, but I'm glad I've got it. Of course, because of Rodimus and Cyclonus, I have to get another one so I can have two more for alternate mode purposes. But very, very cool. I also got what else did I get? I got my first Puggle Former from Cali. I don't think I've mentioned that on this show yet. Very, very cool. Nice little Shatterglass Rodimus thing. What else did I get? I won a contest, but I'm not going to reveal what that is just yet. I'll talk about that next episode. Because by the next episode, that will have been hand-delivered to me.
In hand, yeah.
No. Hand-delivered to me. I'll tell you off-air what that means.
Okay.
I went over to MattyCollector.com, and I looked at their SDCC stuff. And, of course, as we all know, their MOTUC stuff and all that sold out. Mattel also does the Disney Cars Tunes things. And they had this exclusive Tokyo Mater thing, and I didn't think it was light up and sound stuff, but apparently it is. So I had them in the package. Of course, I looked, search for my Phillips screwdriver. Can't find it anywhere in this apartment. So I call, and when you go on MattyCollector.com, they said if you have any product questions, call Mattel. Don't talk to us. So I called Mattel and I said, is this figure able to come off of this stand and just be by itself? And they said yes. Well, apparently you have to unscrew every single screw, because there's one screw for the battery pack, but there's 3 other screws for the bottom of the thing. And I've actually destroyed the box, because it comes in this nice little window, small box, because it has a display of the Tokyo Mater episode, like Tokyo in the background. So I've destroyed that. And I can't get him off the damn thing because he's not glued on there, but it's like he's bolted down, and it's like, holy crap. And they've shown pictures where he's able to be by himself, a tow truck a souped up tow truck by himself. And it's like, holy crap. So yeah, I have to find a Phillips screwdriver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I already teased up the contest that I won, so I'll skip that. The other thing that I have coming in to thank me for adding him to the show, Optibotimus, no one's going to be able to watch this because he keeps them private, but he used to do Masters of the Universe Classics reviews, and he still buys the figures. He just doesn't review them because he doesn't want to do that, I guess. But he has all the ones he had already done private. I said, well, let me see them. I'd like to see his opinion on them. So he sent them to me on YouTube, and in one of his things, he said he had an extra Adora figure. And I'm like, ooh, really? And of course I'm thinking, this is last January that she came out. This past January, 2010. I'm thinking, there's no way in hell he's still going to have this mint in box Adora, this extra figure. So I DM him, I said, do you still have her? He goes, yeah, I'll send her to you for as a thank you for having me come on the show. I'm like, oh, cool. So yeah, that should be here by Saturday.
Cool.
Yeah, very awesome. Other than that, not much else is going on. We have a huge thing in 2 weeks on the 26th of August that we are going to be doing here on Beast Unleashed, and I'm not going to really tease it any more than that. Let's just say we've gotten yet another voice actor interview from Beast Wars. And unfortunately, while it's great that we got it, and Steve is really the one that deserves all the credit, even though we killed him in this episode, he actually got all this set up together and everything else. So, unfortunately, it is not the only Scott McNeil, but it's still cool. So, yeah, I think I'm about done. So are we ready to get into some episodes?
Sure, why not?
Let's do that then.
I don't know how fangs survive my venom, but a triple dose should drop them.
Thank Primus I've found you. Nothing to say for yourself, eh?
Yes, Doc!
Huh? Submit now, or bid goodbye to the object of your twisted affection.
This is between Predacons.
First up this evening is Proving Grounds. The original air date was February 14th, 1999. It was written by Arthur Sellers. The Maximals look on as Rhinox scans Black Arachnia and discovers the shell program encoded in her core by Tarantulas. Rhinox explains that the separating it would free the spider of any last vestiges of Predacon control, but could also wipe out her mind. Frustrated, Black Arachnia goes off on her own to the forests outside, but stalking her is the Transmetal 2 hunter known as Dinobot. Dun dun dun!
Ta-da.
My first note was, wowzers, Black Arachnia calls Cheetor out on his crush.
Did you just say wowzers?
Yes, I said wowzers.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. She's like, you, quit staring at my tits. I know you're doing it. I know you're doing it. You just fucking stop it. I keep waiting for Steve to chime in.
Yes,
Damn it,
but
Steve.
we killed him.
I think we should, pause briefly in between lines and then just filter him back in later after the fact.
No.
Make it so it sounds like... Kind of like photoshopping him into the picture.
No.
So it sounds like he was really here.
He's deader than a doornail.
Oh well, just taking up space in my backyard.
Yup. See, I don't have a backyard, so I couldn't put him where I live, so yeah. Let me see here. What the fuck was the weapon that TM2 Dinobot had?
That was like a holo projector.
Oh, okay.
That's why when Black Arachnia jumped at him and tried to attack him, he kind of like flickered and
Right.
he was a holo.
Right. Well,
I really liked the holo Dinobot, I guess you'd call him.
yeah.
Holo Dinobot.
Yeah, I did too. I just at first I wrote that note down when I first saw it, when I just first saw the weapon, and it didn't actually activate yet. So I'm thinking, what the hell is that?
I don't know if you've ever played it, but there's a game called Portal.
No, I've never played it.
Oh, it's short and sweet, and it's endearing. If you ever played it, you'd be like, "Oh my god, this is the best game ever." But it's like that. By the time you get to the end, you think it's the best game ever, no matter what. But there's these gun turrets that look like that, and it's kind of like a pod. And then it splits open, and the gun barrels pop out. And the coolest thing about these particular gun turrets is that they talk when you get close, and they're like, "Hello, are you still there?"
Oh my god!
It's funny. It's funny because when they kill you, they're like, "I'm sorry," It's just really funny. But no, this thing, the holo projector reminded me kind of like of a Portal gun turret. Yeah.
Did you notice the games Rat Trap played?
Yeah, Street Fighter.
Well, it's Street Fighter in Beast Beast Wars style, because it's him versus Megatron with the background of the outer doors of the base, of the new base.
Yeah.
And then the other game which is like a million Waspinator splat alerts.
Yeah, that was like well, I wouldn't say Doom, but I think it was supposed to be more like Wolfenstein 3D.
Yeah.
The original, which is really, really old.
Yes, it is. Now hold still, this will hurt. Of course, when I first heard him say that line, at first I thought he was going to say, "Now hold still, this won't hurt a bit," kind of like Lockdown in animated.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I just keep seeing this whole, physical violence against women thing over and over and over again, and it's like, man, is what's going on? It seems to be a recurring theme. And granted, she's,
well,
look at the way she's dressed. Clearly, she's deserving of a beating. But
yeah, really.
I'm just goading listeners at this point. I'm kidding. I don't really think like that. But no, it seems like exactly. It seems like everyone's trying to hold her down and beat her up lately.
Yeah. Well, she actually gets back some stuff because, damn, she shoots Silverbolt, then she headbutts him. This is just not Silverbolt's day.
But you gotta love the damage model. It's like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, but you look cool beat up, It's kind of nice. It seemed like everybody got a good damage model.
What do you have for this one? Because my last note was, while this episode was fun, it barely featured Megatron and kind of just meh.
I don't know. I like the use of Black Arachnia, and of course, if you have Black Arachnia, you have Silverbolt, and and I like the idea that Dinobot's out there, kind of mentally sparring with Black Arachnia for a bit and kind of dragging her into a trap, so that he can rape her. It's essentially what's happening here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's literally, kind of luring her into a dark alley so that he can have his way with her. Not condoning this. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm thinking, why can't we have another Rhinox episode?
Yeah.
Does every episode have to be about Black Arachnia and Silverbolt? I get it. They're in love. It's sweet, but come on.
Yes, we need another trip down the low road.
No, we get that later.
No.
I don't think we need that here, but I mean, seriously, let's have a nice Rhinox episode. Let's have an episode all about Quick Strike. Quick Strike brushing his teeth and having Fritos in front of the TV. But God, not another Black Arachnia Silverbolt episode. I mean, come on.
Oh boy. Wow.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
That's just the way it comes across to
Yeah,
me.
no, I agree. I'm not disagreeing here. I'm just trying to figure out where to go from that.
Oh, well, no, there was the return of the Snake Rejuvenator.
Snake.
Or I should say, once, remember when Cheetor had the green snake coming out of his ass?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It
well,
wasn't out of his ass, it was out of his leg. Get it right.
That was clearly his ass.
It was not his ass.
And now we have Dinobot, who's got, I think it was a purple snake coming out of his chest.
Yeah, it came out of his spark.
Yeah, well, wherever you keep it, in your ass, in your chest.
Well, it's because the reason why is because his spark is half of Rampage's, and Rampage's spark is indestructible, so that's why that's there.
Well, no, I just assume that again, I think you mentioned in that last episode, which I forget the name of it right offhand, but that's how they regenerate. And Black Arachnia, not knowing that that's how they regenerate, made the mistake of turning her back on Dinobot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, while his purple snake rejuvenator was taking care of his wounds.
I love this model of Dinobot as far as the design, the alt mode, and the robot mode. I think it's a hell of a lot cooler than the original Dinobot as far as the design aesthetic.
Yeah. So, I've got the toy, and after playing with the toy, I can tell you that it's kind of crap.
Well, it probably is, because they didn't know how to translate from cartoon to toy.
Well, no, actually, I think that it's the other way around. I think they made the toy and then handed the toy over and had them scan it, and make a 3D model out of it. But, I mean, if you look at him, especially like the way his hands are and the way his arms are, I mean, literally, it's all hinge joints. And the posability is compromised, to put it that way. And then you got this big-ass tail that, looks cool on screen, but in reality it's, you can't do a whole lot with it. And at least the last one, it would split in half and you could, spin it. Like a, I don't know, like the helicopter blades that he would use as a weapon.
Yep.
But you can't even do that with this. This is just a big chunk of plastic that's in the way.
Well, I'm not saying I enjoyed the toy. I liked the cartoon model. So...
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I think I like the last one better. Just in that, he had proper arms and, proper legs and such. And they took some liberties, but, I think he made a better, he made a better model on screen. Mm. Whereas this one, it's, they spend a lot of time focusing on his face because the rest of him kind of looks like ass. Well, I guess once you take a look at enough pictures of his entire body, it's like, ugh.
Do we have anything else to say about, this is Proving Grounds. Do we have anything else to say about this episode?
I like, in the beginning, when, Black Arachnia was trying to stalk Dinobot.
Yeah.
Not realizing that he was leading her into a trap, but, and she's kind of jumping through the trees.
Yep.
And it reminded me of Predator. I'm like, dude, if she could turn invisible and have, like, infrared vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would rock.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, one of those things I picked up on. But the, one of the closing quotes, Optimus Lanson says, "You both look like scrap." Just off the cuff, the two of you, you look like you have excellent damage models. Really nice. Someone put a lot of effort into making you look like you got the crap beat out of you. Speaking of that, Dinobot, he was injured, but he didn't really get much of a damage model.
No.
He had like a sparking shoulder.
Yeah.
And then the rejuvenator tentacles came out and kind of focused on his arm and fixed that, but the rest of him wasn't so much beat up.
I don't think this Dinobot is meant to be damage model worthy, like the original Dinobot was, because let's face it, he's entirely metal as far as his entire body goes, and he's meant to be a more vicious version of Dinobot, especially since Rampage is still alive. Of course, once Depth Charge does him in, then we'll see slightly the older, more nobler Dinobot in once we get to Nemesis. But this one's meant to be. The cartoon's over 10 years old. Fuck spoilers, damn it. If people haven't watched this cartoon, which they should, by now, no. I could see if if this was like we're reviewing the episodes as they came out, but Yeah. But this Dinobot, this TM2 Dinobot that's under Megatron's control, fully under Megatron's control, because even when Black Arachnia tried to get him to sway over, he's like, nah, I'm just gonna kick your boyfriend's ass.
Oh, one thing that I thought Steve was going to bring up, mainly because I read it in the wiki, and he does that. But
Oh wow, you just called him out on his own show, and he's not even here. Holy crap!
exactly, when he comes back to life, he'll call me out for that. But no, he does that. That's like his thing. In fact, most of the time I won't even mention things in the wiki because I know he'll bring it up. But one of the things that came out in the animation error list was there's a scene where the Maximals work out where Silverbolt and Black Arachnia have gone, and a green piece of metal kind of clips through Rhinox's chest. And I read that and thought, I didn't see that. And I, knowing that Steve was going to mention it, I thought I'd go back and look it up. And yeah, it does. It's very brief, and if you didn't notice it, you would just assume it was another one of the teeth in his chest. He's got the teeth. It's kind of like a little piece of green right next to one of the teeth.
Yeah.
It was tiny. I can understand why the animators just, either didn't notice it or left it in.
Yep.
But, if you have way too much time on your hands, you'd probably notice it. Or if you'd watched it 15 times and then went, ooh, what's that? You might notice it.
Yeah, I watched it once, and I didn't notice it.
Oh, I didn't notice it either, but once I went back and read the wiki, I was like, wait a minute. I'm going to go back and see that.
Yes. So, anything else on Proving Grounds?
Home, Rover.
Yeah. I was trying to come up with a clever acronym to combine the two of them. Like Spider Doggy Bot or Spider Wolf Fly thing. I don't know.
Oh God.
Well,
you're not gonna have one of those Brangelina showmance names, are you?
I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
Brangelina. I hate that. Silverbolt and Black Arachnia. So it would be what?
Silver Arachnia or Black Bolt or
Black Boltonina? Black Boltina? Or Silver Arachnina?
Okay, we're just pulling stuff out of our ass here, folks, so we are going to move on.
Home, Rover.
Blast! After them! And you! Get that compression tower back upright! Once those others have located our targets, it will be time for a final test at full power!
Oh, man. Are you sure you can't move?
Shut up and push. To the water.
Hey, if only we hit the simplest piece of standard equipment. A hover wrench, even a grab thruster. Huh?
Lever! Ooh.
Hey!
Up next is Go With The Flow. The original air date was February 18th, 1999, and it was written by Bob Forward. Cheetor and Rat Trap teach the proto-human children simple machines and defensive techniques. High above, Megatron aims a gigantic cannon at the Ark. Unfortunately for Megatron, activating the weapon might short out Predacon circuitry, so Tarantula suggests forcing the pre-human children to completing the last steps of the firing sequence. That's a horrible synopsis. I'm sorry. Rhino, what the hell were you people thinking when you wrote that?
That's about what happened, right?
I know it's about what happened, but I don't know. It's just horribly short for me. I don't really like it. Whatever.
This wasn't the most fantastic of episodes. I mean, there's not a whole lot to tell here.
Cheetor the teacher, awesome yet tragic.
I'm wondering where he got the chalkboard. It's like we have all this advanced technology. How about some chalk? Okay, sure.
Yeah. Can anyone say slave labor episode?
That's right. Megatron's sweatshop.
There you go.
It wasn't much of a sweatshop, though, because, I mean, he really had to work for it.
Oh, yeah. And see, this
really,
is really
really
where, even though he's currently dead and Megatron has to revive him, this is really where we need Steve in this episode, because there's so many awesome lines from Megatron in this episode. Oh, crap.
That's right.
Oh, boy.
He's like, that, no, over there. That one. Nope, nope.
Yeah.
No. Oh, God, you're killing me, kid. It was just some really funny stuff.
Oh, yeah. Splat alert for all Preds. When the machine backfire, or not when the machine not at the end, but at the beginning when it first goes
when it starts up?
Yeah.
They all get shocked?
Yep.
Yeah, Megatron's gun has shocking results.
Hey, Cheetor is Transmetal 2 now. He's supposed to be more powerful than before. Why the heck does he get blasted so good in this opening scene?
Because, well, it's point-blank range. It basically snuck right up behind him.
It doesn't matter. But see, that's the thing, though. They made him seem in Feral Scream like he's this all-knowing, badass Transmetal 2 Batman wannabe.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't see the thing...
Well, I think when he's dealing with the children, he almost, he almost reverts back to his, kind of preteen voice, even.
A little bit, yeah, but not much.
He's not, he's not quite acting like, oh, I'm the big tough guy,
Yeah. I'm not sure if I've said this before. I don't remember if I did or not. I think so. I think you might have made a comment about a pizza thrower. But Depth Charge's weapons coming out of his mouth, it looks like he's spitting firepower like Fire Mario. It just does. Oh.
Yeah, turtle power. I was surprised that Depth Charge, finally took some time away from his never-ending quest to defeat Rampage.
Yeah.
And he really came through this episode. He had a lot of screen time, and Rampage didn't have any. There was no Rampage here, which kind of, explained why Depth Charge was so helpful.
No, he was in the cave scene.
I don't know.
Briefly, he was in the cave scene.
I don't remember seeing him at all.
Yeah, he was in the cave scene.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was.
I'll have to go back and look, but I'm thinking that if he was there, and I don't remember seeing him, but if he was there, Depth Charge would have been all over him. Like, stink on doo-doo.
But see, that's the thing, though. Depth Charge and Rat Trap and Cheetor never got to the cave because of the blasting from the weapon. What I'm saying is, when they first went to fire it up and everybody got splatted,
right?
Depth Charge was, or not Depth Charge. Jesus Christ, Rampage. Rampage was there because I remember seeing him scream. I guess I could be wrong, but I could have sworn I remember seeing Rampage in the cave when they all got shocked.
Yeah, well, it would have been odd that if he were there and then suddenly not there at all for the rest of the episode.
I don't know. Yeah, Waspinator delivers Fleshy Bot, then goes splat.
And then falls to pieces. I thought it was funny that, he's trying to bring her back, and the whole time she's just chipping off arms.
Yep.
And she's like, woo, what's this do? Smack, 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 and there goes his leg and another leg, and
well, she remembered what Cheetor told her: when you're battling bots, aim for the hinges. So I mean, so these Pearl humans aren't as dumb as Megatron thinks they are. But Waspinator calls him. He's like, Megatron, I have fleshy female bot, but there's a problem. Is she injured? No, she injuring Waspinator. Oh, then it's normal then. Bring her in and make sure she isn't harmed.
Situation normal.
Yeah, situation
normal. It's funny because you know what snafu stands for.
Yeah, situation normal, all fucked up.
That's what I was thinking. He says situation normal, and immediately I chime in with, all fucked up.
Oh, wow.
I just thought that was funny. And he's like, I don't give a rat's ass about you. Here's my rat trap. Oh, wait, you can't have my rat trap because I don't give a rat trap's ass. And, he's basically more worried about at least getting someone in there to help him with this electrical problem he's got.
Yes. And that goes into the next note. Poor Megatron dealing with a simple mind.
But,
he's like, yes, no, not there, over there, no, yes, no, fine, just whatever.
Whatever, yeah. But he's so exasperated. He's just like, oh man, I can't shoot you. I want to. Because if it would have been any of his own people, he would have been like, all right,
yeah.
That would have been it. I'm just going to kill you.
Yep. Depth charge is a boat, and Rat Trap is paddling. That was so freaking sweet.
No, it was dumb.
It wasn't that dumb. Well, the best part is yet to come as the episode closes. Fried flounder, tail smacks Rat Trap. Damn, that was a good ending.
He reaches up and cuffs him upside the head.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, it was. Oh, man. This episode wasn't as funny as The Low Road is, but this was pretty good.
God, The Low Road wasn't funny. It was dumb.
The Low Road was funny.
I don't think so.
What do you have for Go With The Flow?
This is another one of those situations where it would have been nice to have Steve here because he would be able to confirm this, but
Yeah.
I think this is the first episode where they actually name Chalk and Una. They've been in the episodes before, but I don't remember them having names.
Well, that's because... Yeah, when they were in... was it last week?
Yeah.
Or not
Where,
last week.
Black
Last episode. When Black... Yeah. They've never named them until now. As far as I know.
Yeah, that's what I thought, and it's weird because I had seen them named in the wiki,
Yep.
but in the episodes I'm thinking I don't think that they've named them yet. I don't know where these names are coming from. And here they named them, and I thought, oh well, now I feel dumb because I should have known this. Yeah, but yeah, there's
There's a what?
Yeah, dead air. I'm sorry. My brain just went. What I don't get is that you've got this disruptor cannon, right? That when you try to start it has electric feedback that shocks everybody.
Yeah.
And they don't like this, so they're going to get outside help. Well, once it's activated, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're all standing there while it's running. And it's still pumping out sparks or electrical feedback, and they don't seem to mind. It's like, well, shouldn't it be a little safer at that point? It just didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, not a lot of things with the disruptor thing made any sense to me either.
Yeah. It's like, why not, I don't know, get Tarantulas' spider drones to do it then?
Because apparently you had to use a wrench to smack the screws in.
Using a wrench as a hammer.
Yeah.
I'm a hammer. Pound, pound, pound. All right, that's fine. Whatever.
Can't touch this.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Hammer time. Did you notice that the disruptor cannon kind of looked like a huge Goa'uld staff weapon?
Yeah.
From Stargate SG-1? Yep. Yeah, so I thought that was neat. But overall, again, could have done without it. And it's sad, too, because the last episode I'm bitching because, it's another Black Arachnia Silverbolt episode. And this one's not. It's clearly about, Una, for the most part. And the fact that the proto-humans can be taught.
Yeah.
That they learn. And that's nice, but again, the huge glaring plot holes here. Blah, 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 blah. That I don't know. I don't want to say maybe better writing could have fixed this, because generally the writing's really good in this series. And this one wasn't horrible, but still, it just seemed like,
I'll admit it was a filler episode because I believe, and I'm not too sure on this episode replaced an episode called Dark Glass, which Christy Marks wrote, which apparently was deemed too violent, maybe. I don't know. Look it up on the wiki and see what you can pull up. I know it's there, but...
Yeah, I saw it. I didn't read it.
Yeah, there was something about Dark Glass that I think it explained a whole bunch of stuff from the end of season 2 or something, or to tie up to now to where we were just with Proving Grounds. Yeah. And maybe the network said, or Mainframe might have said, no, we're not going to do that. And this episode replaced that. So this is basically a filler episode. I do like that they're showing Cheetor actually has a functioning brain and actually does, some good, and he wants, he's trying to help these kids and everything else, and that, that's very cool. They're not just showing them in constant war, even though Megatron still has a scheme up his sleeve. Right. They're showing us that the Maximals do other things other than fight the Predacons constantly. So,
well, I didn't actually read it. I'm gonna have to go back and do that. No, because I
don't think the script is there. I just think information about it is there. I'm not sure. I don't even think the script is available anywhere other than whoever, probably Miss Marks might still have a copy of it. I'm not really sure as far as Dark Glass goes.
We need to talk to her.
Yes, I'm working on that. I've been meaning to talk to you about it, but you're never around when I want to talk to you about it. So, anyway. Anything else on Go With The Flow?
No, not so much.
Alrighty then. So, we're going to move on. Holy crap, I just pulled a Steve Ace Ventura thing. Damn it!
Attention. 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 Shell program T-70 in jeopardy.
Black Arachnia? Tarantulas to Megatron?
Lieutenant. What news?
I've just learned the Maximals are tampering with Black Arachnia's shell program.
Impossible. They wouldn't chance that unless she's passed the access codes on to someone else.
Optimus, no doubt.
Of course. Which fits in nicely with our little plan for him. But what of Black Arachnia?
She'll never survive the attempt. The shell I implanted in her has certain safeguards.
Excellent. But just to be on the safe side, I believe we'll give the Maximals something else to worry about. Yes.
Up next is Crossing the Rubicon. The original air date was February 22nd, 1999, and it was written by D.C. Fontana. Black Arachnia attempts to upgrade herself with Megatron's Transmetal 2 driver. She collapses and begins suffering from seizures, an effect of the coded program left within her by Tarantulas. Rhinox volunteers to perform a risky operation that will sever the Predacon code from Black Arachnia's core consciousness.
Okay then.
Yeah, they're really failing me on these plot synopsises because they're not that well done. And I need to, everybody knows between TFG1 podcast and the Beast Unleashed podcast, I use booklets. Well, for the most part, I use the booklets. TFG1, there was a couple of times where I wrote out long, drawn-out synopsises, but ever since then, I've used the booklets that come with the DVDs as long as they have synopsises, and yeah, Rhino is really failing me on this one.
Damn Rhino.
this series is so sci-fi writing with all the mad experiments. Not that it's a bad thing. It just, I mean, mad experiment after mad experiment after mad experiment.
For science.
Yeah. No. Not for science.
For science. Mad science.
Yes. Weird science. No. Anyway, let's not go there.
Yes. There will be no Anthony Michael Hall in this.
Thank God the Energon surge interrupted the PDA.
That happens a couple times in this episode.
Yeah. Thank God. That surgical table, where whatever it is, it looks like an oversized cereal bowl. It does, because she gets up and she gets into it, and it's deeper than what we're led to believe from the other Maximals standing around it. It looks like a freaking cereal bowl.
Once it actually spins up and puts her up against the wall.
Yeah.
And then you see just how big it is, but yeah.
I really liked the designs on the insides of Black Wow, that sounds so horrible.
Yeah.
The designs on the inside of her consciousness were very awesome.
Oh, as far as... Yeah, I keep waiting for the Johnny Mnemonic interface to come back, and it just doesn't. But no, this was neat. I really liked the Rhinox submarine.
The Rhinox submarine, yeah.
Yeah, just like the Beatles song.
Yeah, Yellow Submarine.
We all lived in a Rhinox submarine.
Oh God! Wait. So now we have two songs for this podcast. We have Depth Charge Fish Pants, which will never happen. Never happen.
Well, if we were going to bring that up, it would have been in the last episode. But
never happened.
I was going to spare you the Depth Charge Fish Pants song.
And now we have Rhinox Submarine. Oh God!
The Rhinox. I like the Rhinox Submarine.
You're gonna have to pull up lyrics for Rhinox Submarine and put them on the comment for this episode post. You already did on Depth Charge Fish Pants, so you can do it for this.
That one was easy.
So, I'm sure you can figure this out.
Not a whole lot of lyrics.
You're a smart guy. Come on.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah. Pop goes the crab cake.
How many times does she call him crab cake?
How many times does she call Megatron grape face?
I thought she said rape
No,
face.
she said grape face.
And I was like, oh, what? Wait a minute. No. Now with face raping action.
Hasbro, do not listen to this.
Isn't that essentially what Michael Bay's Optimus does?
Oh, wow.
He runs around raping faces. Give me your face. My face has been raped. Ow, it hurts.
That spider is dead. ... Maybe. Because there's part of it before, they do a cuts. I could have sworn, maybe they didn't do a cutscene. I thought when they left her after she did supposedly die.
Yeah, she actually flatlines.
Yeah, she flatlines. But I believe as they're leaving, as they pan out of the shot, they show the TM2 driver.
Yeah, it starts to...
Yeah, and then it goes to another scene, and then it comes back to that, and it shows it hovering over. So yeah, I mean, she's not dead. I mean...
Well, I think she's dead, but the thing is going to bring her back to life.
Yep.
With tentacles.
Yeah. We'll
that come out and go into her body. Yeah. Nobody expects the tentacle porn. Oh, it's like a repeated theme here. It's just the second or third time it's happened.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so we have this, literally unconscious female, And tentacles. Okay, where are they going? Oh, yeah. So it was, yeah. Nobody ever expects the tentacle porn.
No. I didn't expect to see this. Next note, I didn't expect to see this, but this was just awesome. Silverbolt's eye going red. That was nice.
He was very pissed.
Yeah.
He's like, I think I'm pissed off. And he goes through all this effort to defeat Tarantulas. He could have just dropped a rock on him. Because that's really, you do that and he's out. He's gone for the episode.
Yep. Transmetal 2 coming at ya. In relation to Black Arachnia's new body, which I really like the body model on her Transmetal 2 versus her original. I've never liked her original robot mode.
Is it because she's only wearing a bra?
No, I don't know what it is. I don't like that original model, but I really enjoy this new model.
See, I always liked the original one, but the new one's nice too. It's it's just she's wearing a bra. I mean, it might be considered like a sports bra kind of thing. It's tight, keeps them all pressed up against her, so they don't bounce when she runs. But I mean, literally, it doesn't seem to be a whole lot there.
No.
If that makes any sense.
Round and round and round Rampage goes. Where he stops, nobody knows. Yeah, the spinning of Rampage, that was funny.
I didn't so much like, when he hit the wall. I thought maybe he should have
hit a rock.
No, just gone over and disappeared. So we could have a nice Team Rocket moment.
No, we didn't have Team Rocket moments.
Well, no, I mean, granted, he went through the wall.
Yeah, he went through it.
Technically, that might have been a Team Rocket moment, but not so much. There was no ding.
Yeah, there was no ding. And my final note for this one. Yeah. And with the new and improved Black Arachnia, Transmetal 2, she still has no real fucking hands.
Yeah, she's just got these weird hooks.
Oh.
Yeah. I like that when, Silverbolt reaches out and takes her hands, and I'm like, she's got no hands! It's creepy! Just creepy!
Yes. So what were you thinking about this one?
Well, there was a line from Megatron earlier where he says, oh yes, this fits in nicely with our plans for him, meaning Optimus. Yep. And I'm thinking, ooh, foreshadowing. That's going to line up
with next episode.
Exactly. Generally when they foreshadow things, it's usually a couple episodes ahead. So I was surprised that this one paid off so quickly.
Yeah.
Did you see the Transmetal Ducky?
Yes.
It's funky looking. I had to stop and take a good look at it.
Well, you mean the shot of him going into the monitor with it in his hand, you mean? He's in the tub.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think I grabbed that as a picture way back when. So that might be alternate art for this episode. I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, it was.
The anti-maximal missile.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was like Tarantulas had this, rocket launcher, and on the front of the missile had a little maximal symbol with a kind of a cross, like a ghost X across it, which I thought was kind of neat. He says, "Goodbye, my treacherous creation," and then fires it off.
Yep.
But I thought that was very. It's a nice touch. You could have just, fired off a regular one of those, nuclear missiles with the little nuclear insignia on the front of it or something.
Yeah.
So no, I thought that was a nice touch, quick and easy.
Yes, very much so.
I forget what episode it was. It was a couple back, but I think Steven made a big deal about Tarantulas using his leg guns.
Yeah.
And I honestly didn't remember seeing him do it. It was like a blinker you miss it type of a thing.
Yeah.
In this episode, he uses his shoulder guns.
Yep.
Where shoulder pads actually have circles in them that are supposed to be guns.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure. It's like, well, is this what he did last time, or did he actually use his leg guns?
I think he used his leg guns last time. I don't think he's used his shoulder guns until now.
Yeah, honestly, I think the shoulder guns make more sense with the Transmetal body.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I thought it was cool. It just surprised me that it wasn't on his legs. Or that he didn't use the legs, he used the shoulders.
Was he in... he was in robot mode, though, right?
He was in robot mode, yeah.
I think what Steve was saying with the leg guns... I think what Steve was saying with the leg guns was he was in the bike mode at the time that he used them for the legs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
The one where he and Quick Strike and whoever else was with them was it... What was that episode? Cutting Edge. Yeah, it was in Cutting Edge. It was last episode of the podcast. I'm not sure. I don't really, but I think if I remember correctly, Steve said that he was in alt mode. He was in bike mode when he used the leg guns.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Again, it was a blinker you miss it type situation,
Yep.
And I blinked.
And you missed it.
I missed it. I don't remember seeing it. I'll have to take your word for it.
Yeah, I can't remember for the life of me because honestly, as I'm watching these episodes, I'm not going back. It's like I'm not ready to have the show over, but I'm like constantly going forward, and I'm not going back and rewatching them. And of course, eventually, like maybe I don't know, a year or so down the line, I'll come back to Beast Wars and do like a marathon watch of it again. But once we finish this show, I probably won't watch these cartoons for a while.
Right. Well, I mean, at that point, we'll have Beast Machines to watch.
Yeah.
Or I should say, next week, when we do the last 3 episodes of Season 3.
Well, we have last 3 episodes, and then we have the recap. But after the recap is Beast Machines.
Right,
yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to that.
The recap or Beast Machines?
No, I hate recaps.
Well, they're short and sweet. I mean, come on. It's fun. You can't complain saying, oh, I'm going to be up until 3 a.m. doing this. I mean, they're like 30 minutes, like 20, 30 minutes. It's not, I mean, hell.
Not a lot of time wasted.
Yeah,
just
time wasted.
Yeah. It's like, haven't we talked about all this stuff already? Well, yeah, but, we're going to do it in a very small episode now. Oh, okay.
Well, it's more of a top 10 type of a thing, like our favorite overall. Just discussing this, and I've said this before, and you know this. I've said this before. It's a top, it's us discussing the overall season arc, story arc, favorite characters overall from watching the entire season, and favorite episodes. That's pretty much what the recap episodes are.
Right.
And then we move on. So.
But I'm really looking forward to watching Beast Machines again, because it's been a while.
Yeah. Anything else? Do you have anything else for which episode? Oh yeah, crossing the river that there is no river in this episode.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, you got to read the wiki for the background there. But the idea there is that the Rubicon is a river in Italy, pronounced Rubicon.
Okay.
Kidding.
Yeah, I'm a little slow on that one, but I caught it now.
Took a second, yeah.
No rubbing icons.
No, no rubbing of the icons. There will be no.
Will they change color if you touch them?
Exactly.
Talk about signs of rub.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, it's a G1 reference.
Rub signs.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah, see what faction you are.
I'm Decepticon, damn it.
Yeah, you know what's weird? I'm looking at the wiki now, and 'cause I was actually going to read it verbatim, which, I think we have enough from our other podcasts, but I don't see it offhand, which is killing me because I just read it earlier. But what it comes down to is the Roman generals were not allowed to move past this particular river.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not entirely sure why, but the idea was, we hold the line here at this river and make sure that invading armies don't come in. So they were not allowed to cross that river. But at one point, Caesar, as a General Caesar,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever his name was before he was Caesar, he did, and that in turn caused a civil war that led to Rome being a like a city-state to being an empire. So the idea there is once you've crossed the Rubicon, you've passed the line of no return. There's no going back now.
Right.
The die has been cast.
Yes. Gotcha.
And that's and that was the whole point of
The Transmetal to Black Arachnia.
Right. Black Arachnia has crossed the Rubicon. She's a Maximal now. There's no going back.
Yep. Okay. Anything else on crossing the Rubicons?
The Rubicon. What did you think of... I don't want to say Black Arachnia's new mode, but I mean, her face in general is just funky looking.
The spider face, you mean, or the robot mode face?
Well, both, really. The spider face is kind of funky, but the robot mode really is what I'm thinking of.
Actually, I had Steve mock up the last shot of the episode as artwork, with Silverbolt with his eyes closed and her new face. It's okay. It looks more good guy-ish than her other face did, I guess. She just doesn't seem like she would be evil now, and of course, she's got the shell program gone, and she is now Maximal, but, I mean, it does... I don't know.
She's still purple?
No, she's not purple, she's blue.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's
more like a Smurf.
she's a Smurf. If you choke a Smurf, it turns green. The gold lines, the gold outline stuff, like around her cheeks and her nose and her headband here, they look like some sort of masquerade ball mask. You know how you go like if you're going to Mardi Gras, they have all those weird masks and crap like that. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Just the gold pieces on her face, because they're not actually. It looks like it's more armor than it is something as a part of her face.
Okay.
I don't know. Her spider mode is probably, just going off of memory from seeing it earlier today when I watched the episodes, is probably the spider mode I like the second best out of all of them. It's the one that I can, that I'm least likely to cringe at.
Because she doesn't look like a spider anymore. Doesn't look like a spider at all. But no, I think that when they first show her, she's got these weird tentacle things on top of her head.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of move on their own accord.
Mm-hmm.
Which bothers me a little bit. And then what I noticed in Master Blaster coming up is that she's got ears.
Yeah, she does.
And I'm just not thrilled with the ears.
Let me look.
I mean, I understand if you're a cheetah.
Yeah.
And you've got cheetah ears, but she's a spider.
Spiders don't have ears.
Spiders don't have ears, yeah.
Well, unless you're Spider-Man, but then they're covered up.
Yeah, they're under your mask at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I'm again, not as thrilled. I think she's got a weird shaped head, like her profile. Her head is shaped funny. And it's not like, oh, she's wearing a helmet funny. It's like, no, that's her head.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. The gold pieces on her forehead and around her cheeks, That's why I think they look like some sort of mask type of deal, because it's not a part of her face. It's like, clearly when you, like in the next episode when we get to Master Blaster, you can see her talking and you can see her chin moving, but it's separate from the gold piece that's next to her fucking cheek. So it's almost like it's an armor. I don't know. Shall we just move into the last episode of this episode?
Sure.
Alrighty then.
She's in that episode too.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately.
So we're almost begging for Una to come back at this point.
Lever! Pulley!
It's Lever 2000 for all of your 2000 body parts.
Oh crap, we do not need soap commercials.
50 clicks to call imposing.
Destroyed. And thanks to your treachery, my power is greater than ever. Let me thank you.
Oh no!
Finally up today we have Master Blaster. The original air date was March 1st, 1999. It was written by Eric Torren. Waspinator leads a sortie to the Ark as a diversion for a more devious mission. Tarantulas implants a device inside Optimus Primal that allows Megatron to control the Maximal Leader with the help of Quickstrike. Megatron plans to enter the Ark using Primal's access codes. Dun dun dun. And this was what you were referring to in the last discussion where they had plans for him. This is what those plans were.
Right.
Yes. Damn, not 5 minutes into this one and Waspinator gets a splat alert.
Was it only 5 minutes?
It wasn't even 5 minutes.
Huh.
Wasn't even because they...
Oh, that's right. He flew right into that one.
Yeah, because Megatron
him right into
said,
his doom.
Megatron said, Waspinator, you will be sub-commando for this mission. And he did another thing like he did with Inferno last episode of the podcast. You know, always send the boob in first, type of move. And it's like, where are Waspinator's troops at? Oh no.
Oh no, yeah, it dawns on him. I'm kind of in trouble.
Yeah, and then cut to Megatron, and he goes, diversion is always better when you're trying to be sneaky or something. I don't remember what the hell he said.
Deception is the better part of valor.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Deception is the better part. Yeah.
But I thought it was funny. You've got these two great big hands on either side of Waspinator, and it's like, are those hands? Oh, crap, you know?
Yeah, he got flattened.
Just squashed him.
Yeah, he got
Which
flattened.
I thought was funny.
I still say, and I will continue to say until we do the Season 3 recap of Beast Wars, that the Chain Gun of Doom from Season 1 was the best and funniest splat alert ever.
Well, I like the Chain Gun of Doom, but I also like the Waspinator Ginsu.
Oh, yeah.
The ribbons.
There's like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. So let's see here. Tarantulas goes back to elementary school and he shoots one mean spitball.
Yeah, what is up with the blowgun? I mean, I understand it's like a poison dart analogy, but you know, you've got guns. Honestly, now, come on. I just thought that was dumb.
Yeah, it's just, but the first thing I thought of when I saw it before we started, when I watched these episodes before we're going to record this episode of the podcast was, oh wow, it takes me back to elementary school and spitballing days. Oh boy. I don't think I've mentioned this before. I might have. I'm not sure, but the Black Arachnia screams must have done a number on Venus Terzo's voice. Seriously, because those and they're going to get worse.
Yeah.
Once we get to Beast Machines.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I wasn't even thinking. I was like, what, the next couple episodes?
No. Once we get to Beast Machines, they get worse. So, Black Arachnia's Transmetal 2 body has the Force with it, huh?
That's right. She's like telepsychotic.
Yeah, telepsychotic. I like that. That's funny.
She can move things with her mind. I was going to say with her unstable personality, but...
See, and I wish we hadn't killed Steve, because I know he's going to be kicking himself in the ass when I read this next note. I know he wanted to be here for this specific episode. This is the episode where Megatron gets G1 Megatron's spark.
It was terribly cool to see G1 Megatron.
Yes. And speaking of Megatron, I wonder if at all possible, Megatron, we actually killed you, so you're going to have to revive yourself.
Huh?
Continue with the episode, or do you want to go back to sleep?
Sure.
Okay, so...
Well, at this point, we just started Master Blaster.
Yeah, we just started it, so... after my note about Megatron getting a G1 Megatron spark, the core implosion, oh noes.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say, that's kind of an afterthought, really.
Yeah. Inferno is the big bad wolf. Let me in! Let me in! Black Arachnia kicked him out.
Yeah, I know. It's like, for me, I think the majority of this episode really centers around Megatron getting into the Ark and trying to pull an Optimal Optimus with G1 Megatron Spark. Mm-hmm. And then subsequently embiggening.
Yeah. I don't really like the fact that they had to pull the whole Quick Strike controlling him thing, because, of course, then... but it was kind of funny, because then we have the note after Quick Strike is dispatched, when Primal and Megatron are going at it. Megatron's thinking it's Quick Strike, and he goes, "Primal, it's you again! Surprise!" I love that. That's so awesome.
Well, as dumb as Quick Strike is, he can whip ass with a giant Autobot body.
Not hard to do when you're using Optimal Optimus.
Exactly. I mean, that's essentially what Optimal Optimus is. He's an Autobot body.
Yeah.
I mean, he's literally, when he's standing in the Ark, he's looking around pretty much almost at eye level with the other Autobots. He's big.
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah, I mean,
but
he's standing in front of Teletran, and, it doesn't look like he's looking up at it.
No, he's looking right at it.
Exactly.
I don't know why I wrote this down, but this is my last note for this episode. That's one hot-footed ape. I'm not sure what the hell happened, but...
Oh, that's probably when he transformed and shot off after Megatron.
Oh, that's...
His feet are actually behind him.
Yeah, that's right.
They're clearly feet. Yeah.
No, I know.
What smells like ape feet?
Yeah.
Change your shoes.
What did you step in? Oh my god, it's on fire. Oh.
So, I guess we'll go to Steve, since he hasn't been here for the majority of this episode. What did you think of Master Blaster?
Well, most certainly this would be my favorite of the 4 from today.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that each Maximal gets ambushed one by one until they're all gone.
Yeah.
And Megatron's little comment like Pokemon, I almost have the whole set.
Yes, the episode's much better with Megatron here.
Yes.
We keep lamenting the fact that you're not here to do the lines. It's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Stupid friggin' alarm and cell phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like this episode overall. I like Megatron's little comment on how he got his power from, or how Optimus got his power from Prime Spark, and he got his, he's going to mingle his spark with G1 Megatron's, and the snake scene with his stomach was kind of disturbing.
No.
Yeah,
nobody expects tentacle porn.
Damn it, you stole it, damn it. I was going to say it.
They probably got it from that. They're like, let's mix a little bit of Binal-Tech in here. And Megatron's smiling in a weird way, and this big pink spot in the center, or red spot in the center of his chest.
I have a question about his chest in robot mode. We all know the Transmetal 1 Megatron, his head goes behind, his dino head goes behind him on his back or wherever it goes. What the hell is his chest supposed to be?
It seeped through.
I was going to say it's almost like a Power Master Prime situation where, even though that's not really his windshield, it's kind of like a hidden windshield to make it look like a windshield. So even though it's not a dinosaur head, it's kind of like a fake dinosaur head to make it look like there's a dinosaur head there.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
I liked how it split open and kind of moved out of the way.
Yeah, for his spark.
Yeah, the spark chamber opened up, and then you've got
the tentacle porn.
Tentacles. Yeah, I'm like, are they just going to ease up on the tentacles here? Because it's starting to get monotonous now.
At least they only used it this time.
Oh,
it could have been worse.
Yeah, it's like spiky tentacles. There could have been like 4 or 5 of them, I mean, one, even though it had spikes on it, is probably enough.
Yeah, at least he didn't get make his tentacle grow stiff.
Oh, that's not what I needed. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, the sad thing is at the once he actually gets a hold of the spark, you don't know who's raping who. Because
G1 Megatron's trying to get away.
Yeah, it's whipping around, and he's like, "Whoa, down, doggy."
And yet he doesn't actually get away.
Nope.
He completely absorbs him.
Yep.
Tarantulas' betrayal.
Yeah, you think that would be dangerous as far as that.
I love how Tarantulas makes Quick Strike drop
Black Rat
Megatron into the lava.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of disappears, and you see his hand flowing down like Terminator.
Yeah, that was a
that's
really
in the title sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new one? Yeah. That was a good death scene for Megatron. I was actually thinking, whoa, here we are at the end of Season 3, and they're going to kill him off. Not that they're gonna, but I can imagine if you're watching this for the first time in 1997 or whatever, 98, that this scene would probably make you completely freak out.
I was like, what the hell? And then all of a sudden I see this little dragon arm start flowing out of the lava and staring at Tarantulas from behind, and then Tarantulas is like, he turns around and is like, oh shit.
Oh shit! Yeah.
And then he kind of drops a little bit of spider niblets on the ground, and then Megatron comes up and isn't marveling at his new form.
Yes.
Had the toy come out yet? I mean, was there?
Yes, I owned it.
Oh, okay. So at that point, he's going to change.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I wasn't
pretty
sure.
Excited.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was like, oh, he's dead, what now? Or if it was like, okay, he's just transforming. Or he's, evolving, let's say. We'll put
Well,
it
you
into
knew he was going to evolve, though.
He played with Megatron Spark.
Yeah, but I mean, they dropped him in the lava. That's basically how they killed off Laserbeak and Scorponok.
Laserbeak?
No, Quick Strike and Terrorsaur.
No,
Pterosaur and
Pterosaur.
Pterosaur and Scorp-
Yeah, Laserbeak was a repaint of Pterosaur. My bad. Sorry.
Yes, but they fell into lava and they were transmetal and they died.
Yeah, exactly. So
that must mean that Megatron plus Megatron equals no death.
He's immortal.
That's probably why his spark is having issues as far as the next show.
I figured that the lava just wasn't that hot. Well, he actually throws tarantulas in the water.
Yeah, but Tarantulas technically isn't Cybertronian by nature, or Autobot Decepticon nature. He's a spawn of Unicron.
Where'd that come from?
Well, Megatron's made several references to the fact that he's a spawn of Unicron, and plus Tarantulas has said that he's not of Autobot Decepticon origin.
Yeah, he has. I remember him saying that in a previous season.
He's said that numerous times throughout the series.
I always thought that he just meant that he was, working directly for the Triforticus Council, not...
Well, why else would he keep continually trying to destroy the Ark?
Oh.
He's like, it wouldn't affect me. He's like, what the hell do I care?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to take a big-ass dump on top of you.
I'm going to take a big-ass dump of Dark Energon on top of you, because Dark Energon is Unicron.
Okay.
So
it's a War for Cybertron reference, man. Come on.
I know.
I wouldn't know. I haven't played the game. But anyways, so technically if Tarantulas blew up the Ark, Megatron would still survive.
Yeah.
His body would not survive, but his spark was still in Megatron, as far as the Beast Wars Megatron, so therefore he would live on.
Huh.
Anything else, Steve?
Let me see. I like this. The
read the wiki.
That's what I'm doing. This is not hard to come up with stuff, though. I love this episode.
Okay.
I like the. Oh yeah, and the ice. You never see him shoot the ice. The ice beam.
Oh, yeah.
It's used this once, and then he's all fire after this.
It was very cool, though.
I
expected him to break his arm. Snap it off.
Sickle.
An optimal Optimus sickle.
It's an optimal
sickle.
Oh, that sounds so wrong.
He's like, I want to bite some monkey.
Oh boy.
Anyways, Tarantulas is like, by the pit you live,
I am not easily destroyed, and thanks to your treachery, my power is greater than ever. Let me thank you.
He had an excellent entrance.
Yes.
I can suffer your treachery, Lieutenant, but not your incompetence. Treachery requires no mistakes.
Yeah. This might be my favorite Megatron alt mode.
This one is my favorite, but a close second would be his Transmetal form.
I really like
so much raw power between the two.
I'm just not a big fan of his dinosaur modes, Transmetal or otherwise. But no, the Dragon mode is really cool. I really like the Dragon mode.
I just like the impressiveness that his robot form gives off.
Yeah, because he's just big. I mean, well,
Well, as far as the show, like, he goes... I mean, the toy isn't much different. I mean, it's a little bit bigger in size, same with the Optimal.
Yeah.
However, in the show, they're pretty much eye to eye after this.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, Megatron is quite a bit larger than the rest of the Predacons, other than Rampage at this point now.
Right. I dig the roar.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a great roar. I mean, it reminds me of, I don't know if you've played Bioshock 2.
Nope.
Oh, man, when the little sisters come after you, or not the little sisters, the big sisters. Once you've harvested enough of the little sisters, a big sister will come to try to find you. And, you know when they're coming because they let out this horrible screech, and it sounds, like the Megatron roar. It's a horrible, horrible noise. It's like fingernails on chalkboards, really loud.
While the dragon mode is not my favorite, I'm getting used to it. I still say Transmetal 1, Shiny Purple Dino, is better. However, I will say that I love the wings. The wings on that thing are awesome.
Oh, yes. Now, I wish they would have done a color-accurate toy of this.
Yeah.
Because for the most part, it is just completely red, and there aren't much, paint differences as far as the figure. Like, there's no things detailed.
Mm-hmm.
The head's pretty much just black with 4 orange squares on it and green eyes, and he's got that shit-eating grin on his face.
Right.
But the rest of the figure looks... the form looks pretty damn close to the show. But the colorations are not accurate by any means.
Now, I thought that the wings, they weren't they're no way show accurate in color, but I thought that they had different shades.
No, the on the metalistic parts on as far as his wings and his dragon head, yeah, they do transition a little bit, but that's about the most detailed the figure gets. Like, as far as the robot mode,
yeah,
it's pretty plain. It's a lot of solid color instead of more like the show, which would have been nice to actually see better detail as far as color.
Mm-hmm.
But again, they didn't do this, so this would be something nice to see a repaint of in the future for like some new updated version of it, kind of like they're going back and redoing them.
Well, if they ever come back and do a 15th anniversary, then a nicer version of this would be great. I want to say they repainted this as Cryotech.
They did.
And I had both of them on my desk for a long time.
I still have the Megatron on my desk. The Cryotech I would probably get if it weren't for the fact that I am a cheap ass.
Oh, no, I love the Dragon mold so much that I bought that one. And they have repaints of this at Big Lots. They're cheap knockoffs.
It's actually bigger.
I never took mine out of the package. I've got the black one and silver one. They look awesome. Oh, they're sharp. I liked it. And it's like $10. So it was totally worth it just to display it in the package. I'll never open it because, it'll disintegrate when it touches the air. But,
they're by far no, quality product.
No, but they look really good, though.
So, Master Blaster.
Yes, and, and then of special note, the toy does say Transmetal 2 on it, even though it's a Transmetal, and if it weren't for the fact that, basically they're saying the lava is what made Megatron become the dragon. Otherwise, he probably would have been killed if it weren't for the fact he's being upgraded.
Right.
And then Primal in the episode tells Black Arachnia that Megatron gained control of Teletron, even though he's the one that did it.
Right.
They call it Teletron.
I know.
At one point in this episode, which is retarded.
I know. Well, the thing about Megatron never got control of Teletran in this. Tarantulas did.
Well, Megatron had to make Primal gain control of it to get in.
Right. He had a quick strike open the door.
Right. Right, but that was quick. It wasn't. I mean, it was Optimus, but it wasn't really because it was Quick Strike. But after that, Megatron went into the lava, and then Quick Strike and Tarantulas went into the base, and Quick Strike. Tarantulas said, "Quick Strike, give me direct access to Teletran 1," and he did the little I-beam thing through Optimus, and a little keyboard popped out, and Tarantulas, with his ugly ass deformed hands, started typing away.
And I have just a couple more notes.
Okay.
They actually returned G1 Megatron's spark to his body, although it's never actually shown. It was released afterwards. At some point after some events in Nemesis Part 2, but before they took the ride home.
Mm-hmm.
There is a quick scene of that floating around, plus on the DVD, which is not complete. Like it's just kind of a rough
it's
animation
a rough
clip.
animatic.
Yes, but it actually got released through BWTF, Ben Yee's website, at the time before they threw it on the DVDs.
Yeah.
Megatron's head, when he says that he's almost collected the whole set, is the wrong colors. It's already his dragon colors for his head.
Oh, really?
Yes, all the colors are exactly the same. It's just that they accidentally screwed up a couple scenes early, and then the next scene after he says that, it's back to the standard Transmetal head.
Uh-huh.
Pretty noticeable clip for the most part.
Yeah.
But yeah, they also made with BotCon, they made tie-ins to this episode with the power suit frame used by Quick Strike is later used by the Vok to create Primal Prime and Primeval Dawn.
Oh, cool.
In the universe, they use the alien Transmetal driver in this to create Primal Prime somehow. For the most part, I would say this is one of the better episodes out of the 4 today. You did have a lot of just... it's mostly a Megatron-centric episode, which hasn't pretty much been done since Season 1.
Yeah.
So, it was quite nice to see that.
Mm-hmm. What do you got for this one, Michael?
Basically, pretty much things that Steve already covered, or that we already talked about. I liked the better look at Optimus's insides when the little spider was inside of him. It was kind of funky. I liked Megatron's death scene and subsequent rebirth. And I liked Tarantulas finally showing his true colors again. After several episodes of playing nice, inexplicably, he's like, "Ha-ha! I'm in charge now." Yeah. Which
well, he doesn't have that much longer to do it either.
Very true.
But that's really all I had.
Alrighty then. So I think we are done. You're going to hear, I don't know, clips, quotes. I'm not sure exactly what Steve's going to put in here. He'll probably put some whole rant about how he missed 95% of this episode. So I guess we'll be back after this.
Hey, this is Cheetor, and you're listening to the Beast Unleashed podcast, Ultra Gear.
We'll return to the Beast Unleashed podcast after this.
Here's quote number 1.
By the way, thanks for coming after me. It was sweet.
As was the way you confessed the truth to Optimus. Oh, we'll make a maximal of you yet.
in your dreams. I like myself just the way I am, and I intend to stay this way. Ho, Rover.
Quote number 2.
Hardly be any fun at all.
Yeah, for you, Creepazoid. Black Arachnia, maximize!
Love the new look. Goodbye!
You missed. And you're ugly. Some crabs never know when to let it go. Not too shabby.
Quote number 3.
Let me in!
Only thing worse than a salesman is a pushy Predacon. Autoguns online.
No! Quote number 4.
I can suffer your treachery, Lieutenant, but not your incompetence! Treachery requires no mistakes.
Yes, Megatron. No mistakes.
And quote number 5.
Seems quiet enough.
Enter the dragon!
By the Matrix! Get the Teletron one! Quickly! Go!
Primal, it's you again!
Surprise!
Now, back to the Beast Unleashed podcast.
I want to bring up something before we close. Steve had mentioned the full animatic special feature that's on Season 3. And I'll cover this more once we get to the recap of Season 3. But I want to put a call out or a fan question out to all the fans of the show. In the description of this, it says, let's see... To guard the dormant Generation 1 Autobots and Decepticons from the Predacons to find a way to return home, casualties will mount on both sides as the Beast Wars roar to an epic conclusion. Season 3 features first appearance of fan-favorite Depth Charge, the defection of Black Arachnia, and the debut of Agmatic Tigerhawk. I should say the transgendered Tigerhawk. My question is... And maybe Steve will answer this, I don't know, because I know Steve's a fan, but how the hell is Depth Charge a fan favorite? He was only in one season.
Because he was the new badass of Season 3.
Still no replacement for Dinobot, though.
No, but he was a different type of replacement.
Yeah,
he wasn't
true.
exactly trying to replace Dinobot himself, but the dynamic that was Dinobot, because he argues with Rat Trap constantly throughout Season 3. And Rat Trap's like, I think I found someone else to piss off.
Yeah. What else is... Steve, do you have anything you want to say? I don't know, because I don't want to just close the show and be like, oh, well, we kind of fucked Steve over for this episode.
Well, I would have to say that as far as episodes today, I would say Master Blaster, of course, would be my favorite. Crossing of the Rubicon although was not one of my favorites, I do like the episode. It was nice to see Black Arachnia finally get upgraded.
Yes.
And it kind of weird seeing the inside of a Predacon as far as the programming chip.
Right, the whole interface. Right.
Yes. Go with the flow, I would have to say, was a pretty good lighthearted episode. A lot of comedy clips between the humans.
Now, I did mention in that part of when we did talk about Go With The Flow that is a replacement episode. It's basically a filler episode. That was where Dark Glass was supposed to have been, correct?
Yes. This was definitely a replacement for it.
Can you, without just off the top of your head, do you remember what Dark Glass was supposed to be? Because I think I said something in the episode about it being a continuation or a conclusion from Agenda or something. Wasn't it a conclusion from season 2 or something?
What it was Dark Glass was supposed to be a reference to, and this episode, Dark Glass, was written by
Christy
Marks, and Larry DiTillio was the only one to have another copy of it at the time. And they, I believe, were going to give away copies of it, and then decided, no. They actually said that it was rumored as a lost episode that was to feature Rat Trap attempting to restore the original Dinobot's personality to Dinobot 2.
Okay.
And when the episode was refused, Go With The Flow was made instead. This says something about Dark Glass was written for season 2 and rejected by the editors, but they were saying that it was replaced by Transmutate, but it still wouldn't have applied considering Dinobot wasn't even made yet until season 3.
Yeah.
So
Dinobot 2 wasn't made yet till season 3.
It was going to be more or less Rat Trap Shanghaiing Dinobot, inputting his information from the old data tracks on Maximal computers, despite the fact that it was technically into Sentinel, which you could kind of infer that he made 2 copies. And he's supposed to have, snuck out, and the old Dinobot emerges for a short time, and then Rhinox says something about he's only a shadow of his former self, and basically the new Dinobot.
Did they ever give a reason why this episode was never made, other than
it was too dark for a children's program? Because apparently it's like, although I don't see how it's too dark, because they had a metallic gargoyle and gargoyles that had half a personality that was just freaking evil, and then the other half that was, noble.
Yes.
So this would basically be the same type of element, because the old Dinobot and new Dinobot would constantly fight for control over the body in this episode.
Oh, so it's kind of like a Me, Myself, and Irene thing.
Kind of, and it doesn't actually seep into it. Like, all of a sudden when, we'll discuss that next episode as far as Dinobot, but it doesn't actually seat until the next, till the final episode of Beast Wars.
Right. One other thing I want to mention before I close this out, because we are kind of running long in the tooth here. I noticed, and I don't know how the hell this is, but several times, Maximal Computers, it's Sentinel voice. Sentinel was taken by Megatron. In all 4 of these episodes, I've heard the Sentinel voice today.
Have a nice day.
No, I'm serious. Yeah, that's the that's the art computer. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the Maximal base computer stuff. Sentinel's voice was again there. I don't know why, because if they don't have the Sentinel program, how can it be Sentinel's voice? But whatever. I want to give a shout out to Glade Packer. Very cool guy. He runs was it The Game is Afoot podcast? It's a Sherlock Holmes podcast. And he's been listening to the show. I also want to give a shout out to Godspeed again for sending me a alt mode War for Cybertron Optimus Prime. Also, of the PredaconEmpire.com/Nexus forums, Wing 800 helped me out immensely, where Michael Wilson left me dangling and sent me 2 missiles plus the orange gun for Optimal Optimus. So my Optimal Optimus is now complete, no thanks to Michael Wilson.
Oh, very nice.
Yes, very, very sweet. I've had a lot of generosity come my way from the fans, and I want to thank every one of you guys for sending the stuff that you've sent. It's very, very cool of everybody.
Where's mine?
Hey, shut up. You're getting a free DVD copy of G.I. Joe the movie from Shout Factory. Shut the hell up.
Yes, that has still yet to arrive, but I will be quite happy when it does.
Yes.
Blanchard's got, free accessories thrown at him, free puggles thrown at him, and
hey,
wait a minute.
I get the grand scheme larger items.
Yeah, okay then, yeah. I'll take it. Throw some toys at me. I was on Facebook last night, and Glade popped in, and we chatted for a bit, and that was very cool. He likes the show, and that means that aside from the 3 of us and at least 2 other people, 5 people like the show.
Well, this is a very dark show, so.
Oh, Elizabeth likes the show.
We have gone to no end to not hide that. I mean, that fact is not hidden. Ever since this show started, it's gone down the just dark, humorous path. So,
yeah, it's always gone down the crapper. It's just a matter of opinion.
From a certain point of view, yeah.
At least it's not TFG1 where it's like, oh, this happened, that happened, oh, I like this, Skylynx is shitting guns out of his ass, and,
Then you hear him crap in his pants.
Oh.
My pants are full!
So what we're saying here is that the shows are no fun unless we're just taking the low road all the way.
Yes, and the low road is awesome. Energon farts and all.
No.
Yes!
Burn in your infernal hell.
And on that note, thank you for joining us here on the Beast Unleashed podcast. So as always, get in contact with us or leave feedback for the show. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com. Comment on each episode post. And while we appreciate other hosts' feedback, it doesn't really count unless it's listener feedback. Yes, we're talking to you, Kevin, even though you probably don't listen to this show. Join the forums, PredaconEmpire.com/Nexus. Leave the show's feedback in iTunes. Follow us on Twitter. Beast Unleashed is the show Twitter. Mine is TFG and Mike. Michael, what is your Twitter?
PGonTT Michael.
And Steve?
SCP-21.
Become a fan on Facebook. Search Geekcast Radio Network. Call the voicemail line. Tell us the show you're leaving the message for and your name. 502-526-5821. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Beast Unleashed podcast. Join us next time when we'll be reviewing the final 3 episodes from Beast Wars Season 3. Those being Other Victories and the Nemesis 2-parter. For now, I am TFG and Mike with Michael Wilson and who else?
Steve Megatron Phillips.
Yes, Megatron, would you like to close the show, seeing as how you weren't on half of it?
Yes.
That's not Megatron's voice.
I know that.
What the hell?
Under the sea, depth charge fish pants. Who wants to kill Rampage for you and for me? Depth charge fish pants. Whose manta ray goodness is misunderstood? Depth charge fish pants. Who sounds like Batman and Clint Eastwood? Depth charge fish pants. Ready? Depth charge fish pants. Depth charge fish pants.
Everybody now. Depth charge fish pants.
Depth charge fish pants.
Thank you for listening, I guess. Until next time.
Excellent. Yes.